By beating Baylor in the second round, they can avenge another regular season loss here tonight.
Everything is accelerated with LSU. Their pace, their level of play, their electric offense, and their ability to get to the free throw line. They are one of the tops in the country in shooting free throws, and they're going to make a trip right here inside the first 15 seconds of the game.
Foul is on Delaney Thomas, her first.
For Duke, Beth, it's about rebounding. They've got to rebound to play the pace they need to win for Kara Lawson. They also need to make their length a factor on the perimeter.
Williams to the line, an 82% shooter. Close to 20 points and 7 rebounds per game in her last 5. She has really come alive late. And she's got a couple to open things up for the Tigers. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Capital One. And for the Duke Blue Devils, strong in the backcourt with Jackson and Tiana Mayer. Ashland with the ball in her hands is their three-point threat. Mayer, a terrific playmaker, running the point.
Boy, that's a couple of quick whistles to start the game. So in the paint, you got to evaluate advantage, disadvantage. Kim Mulkey already starting on the officials.
That's a foul on Zakiya Johnson. Zakiya may have gotten a piece of that shot, and then on the run out, LSU turns it over. Mulkey, 3 national championships at Baylor, 1 at LSU. Has played, assisted, and been a head coach for champions at Louisiana Tech, Baylor, and now back home. Pretty cool, Debbie. Both these head coaches, Olympic gold medalists as players for the United States. Fournier, second chance, getting on the glass. Koval got the first one, but not the second.
Good toughness on the glass by Fournier, and that's the kind of mentality you're going to have because LSU boards it, and they are tremendous on the offensive glass.
Here's a look at the Capital One starting lineup for LSU. Richard wild on the shot. Offensive rebound, Koval stripped away by Mayer. For Kara Lawson's club, she is back home where her professional career started. A draft pick for the Sacramento Monarchs, was a part of their 2005 WNBA championship team here in town. And now, of course, she will be the U.S. head coach for the Olympics in Los Angeles in a couple of years. Corner, 3 on the way, short from Ariana Robertson. Another offensive rebound, and Jackson, that is huge for her confidence. Trying to heat up. She's been cool from downtown of late.
Well, she's 3rd all-time in career makes for Duke, but you're right, her number's down this year, and if she sees a big basket early, that could be a good sign for Duke.
Richard to Flau'Jae Johnson with the catch.
Ashton Jackson will have the toughest perimeter assignment, which is Flau'Jae Johnson.
Travel there to turn it over.
Great hustle, crashing from the top of the floor, and then Jackson just steps into one.
LSU has turned it over 3 times in a row, so Mulkey will go to her bench. Malaysia Fulwiley and Grace Knox are coming on. Jackson tried to pick and roll, a little off the mark.
Everything that LSU does involves speed. They run the floor hard. They have good defensive high hands and habits on closeouts. And they are looking to put it on the deck and attack. They want to get to the paint. They get to the free throw line 18 times a game, which is one of the best in the country.
Here comes Fulwiley, one of the greatest 6th players we've seen in the college game. First at South Carolina and now at LSU. Instant offense for them. Fournier off the bounce. And a blocking foul called on the Tigers. Here's Mulkey, Naismith Hall of Famer. Only Pat and Gino with more national championships as a head coach. And only Gino and one of Kim's mentors, Leon Barmore, have better winning percentages in their careers. Moki a shade ahead of Pat Summitt now for her career.
21 years at Baylor, 3 national championships, 5 years at LSU, and a title in 2023. As a 3 seed.
Fournier makes it 7-2 Blue Devils early on. In the regular season matchup, they started the game beating LSU 14-1. And then LSU took charge and ended up scoring 93 points on the night in Durham back in December. There's Meyer snaking behind the screen.
Well, it's good twist action on the top of the floor.
And Moki does not like the start here.
It's already 3 team fouls on LSU, so tough whistle early, but officials setting the tone. The players got to adjust.
On the inbound, Fournier walks with it.
Duke picking up with some full court pressure. And Malaysia Flau'Jae is untrappable, unflappable. If you're going to try to guard her in the open floor, she is going to blow by you. You got to give her a cushion.
Mayer defending on Flau'Jae. And here comes Michaela Williams. Looking for Joyner, and it is another
sloppy
LSU turnover, their 3rd already. Jackson for 3. Long rebound for Wiley, and here we go. End to end, step through, Malaysia no. Joyner has it blocked by Robertson. And now Duke will push, Riley Nelson. Fournier, tough catch, and she'll get the finish.
How in the world did she catch that and finish?
And a hot start for the Blue Devils. LSU without a basket the first 4 minutes. Remember, they led, Duke did huge in the December showdown. LSU was able to rally and win it going away. And now Flau'Jae Johnson, a trip to the free throw line.
The only time I agree in following your shot is as the shooter when you know it's off. And Flau'Jae knew it was short, so she follows her miss, and now she's going to the line. And this is where LSU can do some damage. They're 0 for 5 from the floor, but they have made a couple of free throws.
Fournier called for her first foul. So Flau'Jae playing in her 141st game at LSU. Recent addition to the 2,000 point club. Debbie, she's got a championship. She's trying to get a 2nd trip to a Final Four. And her name is embedded with some of the all-time greats. One more win for her will tie her with Sylvia Fowles as the winningest player in LSU history.
Well, one of the all-time greats is sitting over there on the bench.
Sure
that's
is.
got a statue, and that's Simone Augustus, 2-time Wade Trophy winner.
Offensive foul called on the screen, set by Jordan Wood. Yeah, Simone and the other coaches have a few more things on their plate due to the recent departure of Gary Reedus and Daphne Mischel. Gary, the new head coach at Rutgers, Daphne, his assistant. Flau'Jae fouled on the drive, and it's another trip to the line coming up.
It's all downhill. Space, open, shooters in the corner, and Flau'Jae is challenging to keep in front.
Great talking to LSU yesterday, and Flau'Jae, you know, describe your game for us. Just going out there hooping.
Yeah,
is what she told us, Debbie.
Yeah,
she's going out there hooping.
What does that mean? She said, playing, like going to the basket, getting some stops. 6th player of the year in the SEC. And you know what? We don't have a national 6th player of the year. I think we ought to consider.
I sense you're starting something.
Yeah,
here.
I'm starting it right now.
We need a sponsor.
We need Muffin McGraw to sponsor the award.
9-5, LSU trying to chip away at the free throw line. Nelson gets that one to go. Good play in the paint so far for Duke.
Taina Mayer, the point guard for Duke's got her hands full right here with Flau'Jae. Look at her turn the corner. My goodness, so fast. Off glass for 2 for the junior from Columbia.
South Carolina.
And the thing is she doesn't need a screen. She just needs a ball.
Tough shot on the turnaround from Robertson, the freshman from San Antonio.
Look at they clear it out for her in transition. Like, going to bring a little drag screen right here.
Nice roll by Knox. Muscles that one up and in.
Actually, it was just a single side ball screen. Quick hitters, quick strike, LSU.
Knox, a part of the #1 recruiting class that arrived in Baton Rouge this year. Mayer can't get that one to drop. Flau'Jae with a nice save. Out of Savannah, Georgia, the last link to their championship team. Same play, this time Duke is there defensively. TCU and Notre Dame when all was said and done at the end of the year.
And when the first net ranking came out with the schedule that they played, they were #1 in the net. Now explain that to me.
Mayer, nice breakaway and a lay-in.
It's called offensive efficiencies, is what it's called. And more than half the SEC played double-digit quad 4 games as well as LSU. So it was early for them, and then the tough schedule late.
Here's Flau'Jae. Calling for the screen. Steps back for the 3 and hits it over Mayer. Here we go. She's got 7 already.
Flau'Jae was a great player in the state of South Carolina. I watched her in high school because I live in South Carolina. Terrorize all those high school kids.
Nice feed from Wood. They continue to score almost at will down the lane. Flau'Jae. Here's Amaya Joyner looking to face up. Blocked by Robertson.
Good long rebound off that long miss. Good finish by Mayer. Good feed in their high-low game as well.
Foul on the shot. And this will be the 4th trip to the line for LSU. Williams is already 2 for 2. Under 3 to go here in the first quarter of our Sweet 16 finale of the night. 4 more games coming your way tomorrow. Already advancing UConn, Notre Dame, and here in Sacramento, UCLA. So the Bruins await the winner of this one on Sunday afternoon.
You know, you get to March and you expect possessions to shorten, the court to shrink a little bit, transition not as easily to come by. But I don't think that's the case with LSU. They are always putting pressure on you with their transition game.
Frenetic and all the way around and down. 12 points in the paint already for Duke. All 5 on the perimeter right now for LSU. Johnson defended by Jackson. Tough shot on the drive. Offensive rebound won't go. Ping-ponging out to Riley Nelson.
Degree of difficulty, tough on that last one. Really slow developing for Duke.
A lot of dribbling. Robertson, corner. She's been a stud for them here in the first. She averages 8 per game. She's already got 9. All ACC freshman team member. Michaela Williams gets that one to go.
Tough twos, right? Carol Lawson over there cheering on her team for their defensive effort. She told us yesterday 70% of the shots LSU took were contested shots in their first matchup in Cameron, which LSU won.
She talked about being in their airspace and making everything as difficult as they could. Big screen out top. Robertson on the roll as it's stripped away. Flau'Jae for 3. Jordan Wood able to tip it to herself. Robertson from the elbow. Michaela Williams has it. The counter attack for Wiley.
She's into the scoring area in 4 or 5 seconds up the floor.
Deep three behind Koval, and she hits it. She's got 10.
And she has really improved for Wiley on this end of the floor. They're going to flatten it out and go one-on-one right here.
And basically hold for one. Here comes the screen. Mayer uses it, pulls up mid and hits.
Well executed. The ghost action for the bucket.
Williams with the chuck. And the Duke Blue